In a quiet village, surrounded by green hills, every evening began with a simple promise: to prepare a meal together, with grateful hearts. The freshest ingredients always came from their garden. Every season offered its own gifts. Nothing was wasted. Harvest carried the care of patient hands. There was never any reason to hurry. The simple act of preparing dinner together became a quiet celebration of another day well lived. The old stove had warmed this little home for many years. Every meal prepared upon it became another memory. Before long, the kitchen filled with familiar aromas. They believed the warmth of a home could often be measured by the meals shared within it. With every ingredient added, the little kitchen became a place where patience, kindness, and love blended together into something beautiful. Sometimes the moments we remember most are the ones we never planned. A small laugh, a simple gesture, a quiet moment shared between two hearts. Beyond the cottage walls, the peaceful afternoon slowly began to change. The sky whispered that a different kind of evening was arriving. Even when the weather changed, their little home remained filled with warmth. After all, comfort was never found in perfect days, but in the people beside us. Then, just as the final touches were placed on their evening meal, the first drops of rain arrived gently at the window. The rain arrived softly, wrapping the little cottage in a gentle rhythm that made the evening feel even warmer. Outside, the world became quiet. Inside, their small table became the center of their little universe. They never needed grand celebrations to feel happy. A warm meal and a quiet evening were enough. Rainy evenings had a special way of slowing time, reminding them to appreciate moments that usually pass too quickly. Every home has stories hidden inside its walls, and some simply live in the hearts of those who share it. The smallest traditions often begin quietly. A recipe, a Sunday evening, a promise to always make time for each other. Years from now, they would remember not just the food they cooked, but the feeling of being together. Silence was never empty when shared with someone you love. The storm outside grew stronger, but the little cottage remained a place of comfort and peace. And on that rainy evening, they discovered again that the greatest comforts in life are often the simplest ones. The rain settled into a gentle rhythm, as though the entire village had decided to slow down for the evening. Without a single word, they began cleaning the kitchen together. Some routines become a language all their own. The scent of fresh bread still lingered in the air, blending with the earthy fragrance carried in by the rain. Outside, tiny streams formed along the village paths, reflecting every warm light.
Emma opened the old wooden cupboard and smiled. Hidden inside was the teapot they always saved for rainy evenings.
They believed tea should never be rushed. Like friendship, it became richer with patience.
The little cottage felt even smaller on rainy nights, and somehow, that made it feel even more like home.
Daniel quietly reached for Emma's hand. Sometimes love needs no words, only gentle presence. The rain outside continued its gentle song, while inside, every heartbeat seemed perfectly in time with the peaceful evening.
In a world that often rushed forward, this little cottage reminded them that the happiest evenings were the ones shared slowly, together. The rain continued its quiet melody, and with every passing minute, the little cottage felt more peaceful than ever before.
Every home collects small treasures, not because they are valuable, but because they carry the stories of ordinary days. Years may pass, but kindness has a way of remaining exactly where it was first given. The memories they cherished most were never perfect. They were simply honest, warm, and shared.
The evening grew quieter still. Even the rain seemed to slow, as though it wished to linger a little longer.
Emma quietly opened the window just a little. The cool scent of rain drifted into the room, carrying the freshness of the earth. Some evenings ask for conversation. Others simply invite us to listen, to the rain, the wind, and the quiet company beside us. Across the village, warm lights began appearing one by one, each window holding a story of its own.
Looking out across the village, they were reminded that happiness is often found in simple places, shared with the people who matter most.
And as the last drops of rain disappeared into the quiet earth, the evening left behind something far more lasting, another beautiful memory.
The rain had finally passed. In its place came the fresh scent of earth, leaves, and quiet beginnings. It was the kind of evening that invited gentle footsteps and grateful hearts.
They never walked with a destination in mind. The village itself was enough, offering something beautiful around every quiet corner.
Every garden along the lane seemed brighter after the rain, as though nature had quietly polished every leaf and every flower.
A familiar neighbor waved from across the lane. In small villages, even the simplest greeting could brighten an entire evening. The little village carried its own gentle rhythm. No one hurried, because every moment already felt complete. The air carried the sweet fragrance of wet earth, wildflowers, and fresh bread drifting from nearby kitchens. Children laughed somewhere beyond the trees, reminding them that joy often echoed through the simplest places.
The evening sky slowly transformed into soft shades of lavender, peach, and gold, painting the village with quiet beauty. Standing together beneath the evening sky, they realized that happiness had never been far away. It had quietly walked beside them all along. They turned toward home with grateful hearts, carrying nothing in their hands except the quiet joy of another beautiful day shared together.
As the first stars appeared above the quiet village, Emma and Daniel made their way home. The evening had slowed the world, and somehow their hearts felt lighter because of it.
The garden still shimmered with tiny drops of rain, each one catching the light like a quiet reminder that beauty often lingers after the storm.
They never ended the day in a hurry. Even returning home was a moment to be enjoyed.
Inside, the cottage welcomed them with familiar warmth, carrying the comforting sense of fresh bread, herbs, and the evening they had shared together.
Some evenings leave behind more than memories. They leave behind a quiet gratitude for the life we often forget to notice.
They settled beside the fire, saying very little. The quiet between them had long ago become one of life's greatest comforts. The fire danced gently across the room, casting familiar shadows that had watched over countless peaceful evenings before this one. Outside, the village rested beneath a sky filled with quiet stars. Inside, two grateful hearts rested with it.
They didn't need extraordinary adventures to feel fulfilled. Ordinary days, shared with love, were more than enough. And as the little cottage settled into the quiet embrace of the night, another ordinary day became a memory they would always carry with them. The night grew quieter with every passing hour. Beyond the cottage walls, the village rested peacefully beneath a sky full of gentle stars, while inside, warmth lingered long after the fire began to fade.
Before the day was complete, they stepped outside one last time, taking in the cool night air that carried the scent of rain-washed earth. From their little porch, the village looked almost like a painting, its lanterns glowing softly beneath the quiet heavens. They smiled at one another, knowing that happiness had never depended on extraordinary moments, only on sharing ordinary ones.
With grateful hearts, they stepped back inside, carrying the quiet beauty of the evening with them.
The fire settled into glowing embers, and the cottage became wonderfully still. Some endings
Are so peaceful that they feel like a promise of tomorrow. Outside, the stars watched over the little village, just as they had for countless peaceful nights before. And somewhere beyond the hills, morning quietly began its journey toward the village. Every sunrise is a quiet reminder that ordinary days are precious gifts, waiting to be noticed.
Perhaps that is why the happiest memories are rarely the loudest. They are found in
Quiet evenings, gentle rain, and the simple blessing of coming home together. Thank you for spending this peaceful evening with us.